Yo, what is up guys? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to the channel. So this is season 1, episode 2 of common problems with your car. It was recommended in the comment section below of the last video to do the E38 BMW. This is 1994 to 2001 BMW E38 7 series. Let's go ahead and begin. So number 1, ABS failure, replace Bosch rig. I don't know what the heck that is, but if your ABS light's on and your ABS is not working, then just replace the Bosch rig. If you're unsure what ABS is, it stands for automatic brake system. Number 2, notorious steering wobble, replace idler arm. So again, I haven't really driven my car long enough to find out that it has steering wobble. So yeah, but if you have really bad steering wobble, just replace the idler arm and you should be good to go. So number 3, this is probably like a major thing to do on this car. Number 3, you got transmission fluid flush because lifetime warranty. So back in the day, BMW said that they had a lifetime warranty on the transmission fluid, so you would never ever have to change it or flush it or nothing like that. That is wrong. There's no such thing as a lifetime lasting fluid or substance or whatever, because it will break down over time. Change your tranny fluid and you should be good to go. So number 4 is mass airflow sensor, and there's a difference between the V8s and the V12s. I don't know what the difference is, but if you have bad idle, a terrible throttle response, and if you have increased fuel consumption, then change out the mass airflow sensor, replace it, whatever, and it should be good. It should settle everything out. So number 5, we got the power steering filter change. I didn't even know that the power steering pumps had filters. That's pretty weird. I guess you learn something new every day. On my car, the power steering fluid does leak out because there is a line that's busted. Somebody actually said that they're going to give me a power steering pump with a high pressure hose a long time ago, but they never gave it to me. So yeah, but change out the filter and go ahead and just change all the hoses out as well, because it's going to bust. It's a BMW. It's determined to freaking bust, and then your whole engine bay is going to be covered in power steering fluid. Alright, so we got number 6, heater control valves. Now, in my car, I was told that the heater was stuck on and that it's constantly blowing heat, which was going to be not that bad because I lived in Ohio at the time and it's like cold more than half the year there. But the guy lied. The heat was not stuck on. It was actually broke and did not work at all. So you're just going to have to replace it. That's it. Number 7, cooling system failure. Now that is a major thing. I don't know why BMW wanted to go cheap on all the like engine components, but they made like half of the engine cooling system out of freaking plastic. It cracks, it gets brittle, it breaks, it's going to string a leak, and boom, your car's going to overheat, and then your engine could be toast. So definitely check your cooling system. So if there's any little bit of green anywhere, you want to inspect the entire cooling system, everything, and just replace it. You might as well. Number 8. Now this, I'm guessing, is for like a 750 IL or something like that, or like the higher end E38s, because my car definitely doesn't have this. Lift blocks. You will hear a whistling sound at high speeds, and you just have to replace the blocks. I do have a part number. It is 51717001650. I'll throw it up on the screen. We got number 9. This is like the most common thing. We got the instrument cluster pixel failure. So if you turn your car on and you notice that everything is pixelated, just replace it. That's all you gotta do. Mine actually did get pixelated in my E46 that I used to have. It actually fixed itself. I don't know how, but it just fixed itself. Number 10. Fuel tank will rust. Now that is a new one. I actually looked a bunch of this stuff up. I got all this stuff offline, and a lot of other stuff is from stuff that I experienced. I did not know that, but the E38 BMW's gas tank is actually made out of like a mild steel, and it will rust. So the E36, the 5 Series BMWs, they all have plastic gas tanks, but for some reason the E38, which is the best looking BMW, has a freaking metal one, and it will rust. And the bad thing is, my car is sitting all the way up in Ohio where there's tons and tons of salt on the road every year. Just drop the gas tank and inspect it, make sure there's no rust, and if there's pinholes, replace it so that way it doesn't cause you a headache down the road. And or you can just fix it up, drain it, clean it up really good, take it to a welder shop, have them weld up the holes if they can, and throw it back in the car. That's the only thing I can say. Number 11, broken coil springs in the front. So that is something major as well. In my E38, if you drive over a bump or like a speed bump, it sounds like everything in the front end is just going to fall down. Like it sounds like the engine and transmission just hit the ground. That's what it sounds like. Like you just slowly drive over a speed bump and it sounds like that. So you're just going to have to replace your coilovers. That's all there is to it. Now this is from what I've experienced. So number 12, we got tail light failure. Water gets in the tail lights and ruins the light sockets. That's what happened with my car. So when I first got my car, everybody was telling me that my tail lights were not working. So I did some investigation, found out that one of them was actually full of water. I actually did a video, drained the water out, plugged it back in, still didn't work because the light sockets were ruined. So I either do tail light or somehow rig it up to where I can fix it. This is another one that I came up with because this is what's wrong with my car. Number 13, the torque converter failure. Alright, so the transmission will slip, and basically the only thing that there is to do after that is just replace the torque converter and any other thing that may be in the way, because it's a BMW, is going to be, you know, broken. So yeah, just replace the torque converter. You don't have to junk the car, you don't have to part it out. But I mean, if you did, just send me free parts because I'm giving you free information. Number 14, we got power seats that lose power. I could have worded that a lot better. Anyway, the motors inside of the seats, they get really weak over time and they just don't want to move anymore. And the seats on the E38s, they have a lot of technology. I mean, the headrest goes up and down. The back of the seat goes out like that. Not talking about the whole back, but like the center section of it. And then it's also got memory. So you push a button, it goes really close for your wife. Push the button again in the middle or something like that. It goes back a little bit for your son or whatever. And you push it again and it goes all the way back for us tall guys. So yeah, they have a lot of motors and they have a lot of mechanical failure. Number 15, broken plastics everywhere. For those of you that don't know, if you look in the back seat of your car, there is a medical bag and a little clip that you pull open to open up the center part. That clip breaks. I don't know if it's spring loaded or what. I mean, you can put it back on, but yeah, it breaks. The seats, the plastic around the seats, they crack, they break, all that. I've actually super glued them back together. Didn't do no good because it just came apart again. And last but not least, the center console will break. It's got like a inch thick rubber coating on the inside of it, and it gets brittle over time, and it just looks terrible. Plus the trim on the inside and outside of the car, it cracks, it breaks. BMW really cheaped out. They made a very, very appealing car, but they filled it full of, let's say, Chinese trash, because we all know that everything from China is trash because it breaks easy. So yeah, it's pretty stupid. Number 16, headliner sags, and the only thing you really have to do with that is pull out the headliner and pull the headliner up and glue it back down, or just peel it all the way up, clean up the piece itself, and just glue down a new piece. Number 17, sunroof failure. Motor gets weak and it doesn't like to work. That's what's wrong with my car. It was working perfect when I got it. I only opened it like once or twice, and I went to do it a third time because I never really used it, and it didn't want to work. So I had to like force it shut. Weird thing is, on those cars, on the E38s, it's not a window, it's not a glass, it's actually a panel. So I don't know why they would want to do that. It defeats the whole purpose of having a sunroof or a moonroof. Number 18, paint and clear coat failure. So the paint on my car wasn't really that bad. It was actually faded in a lot of spots, but the majority of the car had better paint than some other parts. I've actually clear coated a lot of parts on the car, but you just have sun faded parts like on the top parts of the doors and the quarter panel on the fenders and all that stuff. Sometimes the roof, but I mean, just sand it down, repaint it, clear coat it, and everything will be good. Number 19, timing chain guide failures. Okay, so that is like a major thing with these cars, is the timing chain guides. I don't know exactly what year, because I've actually been told that the 95s don't have to worry about timing chain, because it was before pre-facelift or something like that. But still, if you own an E38 BMW, you definitely want to replace the timing chain guides, so that way you're not stranded on the side of the road, or so that way you don't bust a freaking valve, because that would be bad. Then you'd have to replace the heads or the engine itself. Number 20, head gasket failure and produces white smoke. So that is exactly what's wrong with my car. The head gaskets are bad. The guy that I got it from said it smokes a little bit, but not much at all. That was a lie, because that damn thing was smoking more than a freaking smoke shop. I mean, I'm talking about you walk inside of a freaking vape shop, you can't see nothing. That's what my car was doing. And it smoked out the entire city. I actually did a video right here. My car smokes out the entire city. So, yeah, it's going to need head gaskets, which sucks because the way that everything is designed with the timing and all that. So I'm going to get the car down here. I'm going to replace the head gaskets, intake I'm going to replace everything on the inside of the engine besides the cam and all the major moving components, but like all the other seals and everything is going to get replaced. So that is all that I have for this video. If you guys did like it, be sure to leave a big old fat thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And let me know down in the comment section below what kind of car you guys think I should do next. A 350Z is actually next in line. Expect that video next, but shoot me a comment down below, and let's film some more videos. Alright, that's all I got for this video. Peace.